Welcome back to the Football Forecast. It is Tuesday, June 23rd, and this is genuinely one of the most loaded match days of the entire 2026 World Cup. We have 4 fixtures on the schedule today that could completely redraw 2 groups in one night. England face Ghana. Portugal take on Uzbekistan. Panama battle Croatia. And Colombia meet DR Congo. 8 teams, 2 groups, and the knockout picture in both of them is about to get a whole lot clearer. Here is the tournament-wide stat that stopped me in my tracks this morning, and it sets up today perfectly. Through the first 6 days of this 2026 World Cup, every single team that entered Matchday 2 with 3 points and faced another 3-point side has conceded first in that match. Every single one. Yet despite that, the team entering with 3 points still came away with a positive result in 4 out of 5 of those matchups. What that tells you is that today's top games are going to start open, edgy, and nervy, and the team that absorbs the early pressure and stays disciplined is the one that advances. Keep that in mind across all 4 of today's fixtures, because it shapes every tactical read we are about to give you. And here's a personal observation. The one side that bucked that trend did so by scoring twice inside the first 15 minutes, which suggests that an early goal today might be even more decisive than we think, especially for the favourites, who might be tempted to sit back. Fixture 1, and this is the clear standout of the entire day. England versus Ghana, kicking off at 4 p.m. Eastern in Group L. Pull up the Group L table right now, and it could not be more dramatic. England are top on 3 points. Ghana are joint top on 3 points. Panama are on 0. Croatia are on 0. Whoever wins this match tonight goes to 6 points and is almost certainly through to the round of 16. The loser drops to 3 points and is suddenly in real danger of going home early. This is not a group game. This is a knockout match, wearing a group stage disguise. Let us look at the data. England won their opening match in controlled, professional fashion. They dominated possession, sitting comfortably above 60% across the 90 minutes, completed passes at over 87%, and created multiple high-quality chances in the final third. The structure under Thomas Tuchel has been tight and organized, with a clear identity. Jude Bellingham is the engine of everything England do. His ability to receive between the lines, turn defenders in tight spaces, and arrive late into the box makes him nearly impossible to mark. He covered more ground than any other England player in Game 1 and was directly involved in the decisive goal. Harry Kane leads the line with strength and intelligence. His hold-up play releases Bellingham and the wide players into dangerous positions, and his delivery from set pieces is elite. Bukayo Saka on the right, and Eberechi is in the number 10 role, complete an attack that has creativity at every level. Defensively, England's backline, featuring John Stones, Mark Gahey, and Reece James, has been compact, and their pressing shape from the front has been aggressive and well-drilled. But here is England's statistical weaknesses, and Ghana's coaching staff will have already circled it in red. When England face a high press in their own half, their central defenders are occasionally forced into rushed passes under pressure. In Game 1, those moments created 2 genuinely dangerous transitions for their opponent. If Ghana can replicate that pressure consistently, they will generate chances. My take: England's fullbacks, while excellent going forward, sometimes leave wide spaces in transition, and Ghana's wingers, especially Kamaldeen Sulemana, have the raw pace to punish that. I'd expect Ghana to target England's right flank specifically, where the defensive positioning can be caught out. Now let us talk about Ghana, because the Black Stars are not here for the occasion, they are here to compete. Ghana won their opening match, and did it with an intensity that surprised many casual observers. Their press from the front was relentless. Their transition speed from defense to attack was among the fastest recorded in the tournament's first week. And despite the absence of injured stars, including Alexander Djiku, the team has shown remarkable collective spirit. Captain Jordan Ayew, now preparing for his 3rd World Cup, is the focal point of everything Ghana create. He drops deep to receive, plays combinations with the wide players, and then arrives into the box at pace. His experience and leadership have been vital, and he was directly involved in nearly every meaningful attacking moment Ghana created in their opener. Ghana's fullbacks are aggressive and push forward constantly, which creates wide overloads that England's wingers will need to track defensively throughout. One concern for Ghana, though, their midfield duo of Thomas Partey and Elisha Uwizu is industrious, but can be overrun if England play through them quickly. Partey's passing range is a weapon, but he'll be pressed high by Bellingham and Eze. That duel could decide the middle third. Head-to-head, England and Ghana have met 6 times across competitive and friendly settings. England have won 4 of those, with Ghana taking 1 and 1 match-ending level. That one Ghana win, though, came at a World Cup, the 2010 tournament, where Ghana knocked England's fellow group members out with a physicality and ambition that showed exactly what this football culture is capable of at the highest level. That historical result, while not a direct comparison, still gives Ghana psychological belief, and in a one-off group game, belief can be a dangerous weapon. Tactically, the key battle today is in the center of the pitch. Bellingham versus Ghana's defensive midfield pairing will determine whether England's attack flows or gets bottled up. If Ghana can prevent Bellingham from turning and driving forward, England's wide play becomes more predictable and easier to contain. But if Bellingham finds pockets, which he almost always does, he will break Ghana's defensive lines and create the decisive moments. I also think England's set-piece threat, with Kane, Stones, and Guéhi in the box, is a major advantage. This is a vulnerability Tuchel will have targeted all week. Our data-driven forecast. England have the structural edge, the deeper squad, and the greater experience in high-pressure, group-stage football. But Ghana's pressing energy and collective determination mean this will not be comfortable. England win this, but they will need a strong second half to close it out. A 2-1 or 1-0 result for England is where the numbers point. Now let us move to our second fixture of the day. Portugal versus Uzbekistan, kicking off at 1 p.m. Eastern in Group K. The Group K table has a story that Portugal absolutely cannot ignore. Colombia sit top on 3 points after winning their opener. Portugal and DR Congo are both on 1 point after drawing each other in Game 1. Uzbekistan are bottom with 0. That means Portugal are not just trying to win here, they are trying to stay in touch with Colombia at the top. A draw does not cut it. Portugal need 3 points. Their opener was a frustrating display. Portugal dominated possession, but struggled consistently in the final third, with the final pass breaking down repeatedly. Bruno Fernandes was bright in patches. Cristiano Ronaldo worked tirelessly as the centre, but the connection between midfield creativity and attacking execution was not sharp enough. Portugal registered the expected number of shots, but the quality of those chances was lower than their overall dominance deserved. From my perspective, the biggest issue was the lack of width penetration. Both Rafael Leao and Bernardo Silva drifted inside too often, making it easy for DR Congo to compact the middle. Against Uzbekistan, who will sit deep, Portugal need their fullbacks, especially Joao, to provide genuine overlap and deliver early crosses. Uzbekistan are a genuine story of this tournament. Their first ever World Cup appearance, but they arrive at this fixture having already lost their opener and with almost nothing to lose. That freedom from pressure can make smaller sides dangerous for the first 20 or 30 minutes. They will likely drop into a compact defensive shape and look to absorb Portugal's pressure before hitting the counter through their pacey wide forwards. Their opener, a narrow 1-0 defeat to Colombia, showed real defensive discipline. They conceded only from a deflected shot and had a few dangerous breaks themselves. Their captain, Eldor Shomurodov, is a handful in the air and will target Portugal's centre, who are not the quickest in recovery. Our tactical read: Portugal have vastly superior individual quality at every position. The key for them is patience and not forcing the final pass. if Ronaldo holds up play effectively and Fernandes finds the right moment to thread through balls in behind Uzbekistan's defense, Portugal will create clear chances. The risk is an impatient first 45 minutes, where Portugal try to force the issue and concede a counter-attack goal against the run of play. I'd also watch for Portugal's midfield balance. Joel Palhinha will need to screen aggressively because Uzbekistan's transitions come through central channels. If Palhinha can break up those counters early, Portugal will starve them of oxygen. Our forecast: Portugal win this convincingly once they settle, with Ronaldo and Fernandes combining for the decisive moments. 3-0 or 2-0. Portugal before the final whistle. On to our third fixture of the day. Panama versus Croatia, kicking off at 7 p.m. Eastern in Group L. This match is a straight-up World Cup survival situation. Panama lost their opener. Croatia lost their opener. Both are on 0 points in Group L. Lose tonight, and your tournament is effectively finished. For Croatia, a nation that reached the 2018 World Cup final and claimed third place in 2022. This is a level of group stage pressure they have simply not experienced in nearly a decade. The key player storyline here is Luka Modric. The 40-year-old legend is Croatia's captain, their heartbeat, and the player around whom their entire tactical system is built. In their opening defeat, Modric was unusually quiet, pressed aggressively by their opponent, rarely allowed to receive and turn, and unable to dictate the tempo that makes Croatia so dangerous. His touch, range of passing, and reading of the game remain elite, even now. But he needs a platform. Croatia need to win their first defensive line quickly, and then give Modric the clean possession he thrives on. Andre Kramaric provides the attacking threat up front, and Ivan Perisic, when fit and in form, gives width and delivery. My personal read: Croatia's defeat was partly self-inflicted. They were too passive in the first half and allowed Ghana to gain confidence. Tonight, I expect a much higher defensive line and more aggressive pressing from the start, because sitting back against a physical Panama side would be suicidal. Also, Mateo Kovacic's runs from deep are underrated. He can break Panama's midfield lines and create space for Panama came into this World Cup as one of the underdogs of the entire tournament, but they are well organized and dangerous from set pieces. Their striker, Ismael Diaz, has raw pace that can punish any team that pushes too high. They will set up deep, stay compact, and try to disrupt Croatia's rhythm. Their opener against England showed they can absorb pressure for long stretches. They only lost 1-0, and Diaz had a one-on-one chance that he narrowly missed. That tells me they'll fancy their chances on the break tonight, especially if Croatia commit too many men forward in search of a goal. Our forecast: Croatia's experience in must-win knockout-style football is the decisive factor here. When Modric is motivated and given even a degree of space, he controls match. Croatia takes 3 points, but Panama will make every minute uncomfortable. A 1-0 or 2-0 Croatia result is the most likely outcome. I'll add this: if Croatia don't score before halftime, the tension will mount and Panama's belief will grow. So the first goal, as in all these games, is absolutely critical. And finally, our fourth fixture: Colombia versus DR Congo, kicking off at 10 p.m. Eastern in Group K. Colombia are the only team in today's 4 groups, sitting on a perfect record, 3 points, 1 win, playing with real confidence. Their opener was a dominant display, with James Rodriguez orchestrating the attack with his usual vision and range. Colombia press high, transition fast, and have goal threats from multiple positions across the pitch. A win tonight puts them on 6 points and almost certainly through to the knockout rounds. What impressed me most about Colombia's first game was their defensive solidarity. They didn't allow Uzbekistan a single shot on target until the 80th minute. That defensive foundation allows James to conserve energy and pick his moments. DR Congo drew their opener and sit on 1 point. They are not here to defend. Their attackers are direct and fast, and they created genuine chances in Game 1 despite not winning. If they can get the ball wide and into dangerous crossing positions, they have the physical ability to threaten Colombia's centre-backs. Their standout player, Jordan Ayew, was a constant menace against Portugal. His dribbling and speed caused problems all night. Colombia's fullbacks will have to be disciplined and not get caught too high, because Ayew thrives in one-on-one situations. Also, DR Congo's midfield, led by the experienced Gael Kakuta, can keep possession and pick out those wide runners, so Colombia cannot afford to be complacent. The key stat: Colombia's defensive record in this tournament has been solid, but their back four was caught slightly square on transitions in Game 1. DR Congo's wide forwards will target that. However, Colombia's overall attacking superiority across the pitch is simply too much over 90 minutes. James Rodriguez, in creative form, with mobile forwards ahead of him, will manufacture enough quality to take all 3 points. I'd also highlight Colombia's bench depth. Players like John Cordoba and Juan Camilo Hernandez can change the game if needed, whereas DR Congo's options are more limited. That freshness in the final 20 minutes could be the difference if the game stays tight. Our forecast: Colombia win comfortably, 2-0 or 3-0, with James Rodriguez directly involved in the goals. DR Congo can threaten in moments, but cannot sustain pressure across a full match against this level of opponent. That is your full breakdown of all 4 World Cup fixtures today, right here on the Football Forecast. Now I need to hear from you. Drop a comment right now and tell us which game you are most locked in for tonight. Is it England versus Ghana? In that group, El Winner-Takes-All battle, Portugal needing to fire up against Uzbekistan, Croatia fighting for survival against Panama, or Colombia pushing for 6 points against DR Congo. If you are watching this before kickoff, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the notification bell. We are live with analysis every single day of this World Cup, and you cannot afford to miss a single video. Follow us on all socials. The links are in the description for real-time stats, live reaction, and post-match numbers as tonight's games unfold. We will see you in the next one.